been a while again. I am pretty slack with posting videos. In case you haven't watched before, my name's Nicole. I blog over at Dabblingallday incredibly sporadically. I haven't posted a blog post since the last blog post I wrote with the details of this video, of the last video, sorry, and that was in June sometime, I think. Anyway, I write a lot of blog posts in my head. I make a lot of videos in my head, and sometimes I just don't get the time to actually make them. But I've taken an opportunity today to make a video. I've spent the last couple of weeks watching a lot of video podcasts, and I'm really loving them, and I'm loving the chatty nature of them, and you know, and seeing other people's works in progress, and it's inspired me to get back into it. I've been watching the Grocery Girls podcast. Those two ladies are so ace, and they're being very, very inspiring to me, and also have caused me to probably purchase more yarn than I normally would, because they enhance their stash quite a bit, and why not? Because, you know, we're worth it. Anyway, I just had a quick look over the last video that I posted, and I just wanted to show a few things that I was working on back then. I was knitting a headband, and I was knitting that for a friend as a belated birthday present, and I would love to say, I will say, I'm not going to love to say it, I'm going to say it. It's done. She has been wearing it every time I've seen her since I gifted it to her, so I'm really happy, really happy about that. It turned out really nicely. I ran out of yarn, which I thought I would, so I did the back of the headband in black Cascade 220 worsted weight, which I had in my stash, so that finished it off really nicely, and it was really nice. I also, last video I talked about this jumper that I had just picked up the stitches for the neckline, and I was knitting the neckline. I was hoping to finish it that night, and I'm pretty sure I did. However, I tried it on the recipient, and the armholes were too tight. I looked back over the pattern and realised that I had omitted 10 rows from the armhole on the back and the front. So this has been ripped out again. The top section here has been knit for the 3rd time, and I've picked up the same amount of stitches, I hope, for the neckline, because the neckline fit really well. And yep, 3rd time lucky. 3rd time lucky, please. Anyway, I'm hoping to get a bit of work done on the sleeves this week, and then, you know, maybe by the end of winter, the poor young fella who it's for might get to wear it. It's just eight and a bit months in the making. I cast this one on New Year's Eve. Whoops. The other project that I showed last time I recorded was my memory blanket, which is squares, knitted squares using scrap yarn, and I have been working on this every week. I love working on it so much. So you can see it's grown quite a bit. It's probably won't all fit on the video actually, but that's okay. It's growing, and I'm really happy with how it's turning out. I'm at a point now where I'm almost out of 8-ply yarn from like scrappy bits from projects. So I think I'm gonna start inventing some 8-ply yarns by holding together different weights of yarn from my stash, because I have quite a bit of, you know, lighter weight yarn. So I'm loving how much that's coming along. I've also got a couple of other projects I want to show, but before I do, I kind of want to talk about something I've been working on pretty much since the last video that I posted, so probably 6-7 weeks or so. I realized that I had all these things that I wanted to knit, and I wasn't giving myself time to knit them because I felt like there was always something I should be working on. So because I'm doing that yellow bobbly jumper, that's a commission knit for someone, so I feel like I should be knitting that. As I mentioned last video, there's lots of lots of babies being born around me in my life at the moment, lots of friends and family and stuff pregnant or having babies or have just had babies or that kind of thing. So I felt like I should be knitting for babies. I felt like I should be knitting gifts for people that I wanted to be knitting. I should be working on my blanket. I want to knit something for myself. Lots of shoulds, lots of wants, lots of guilt. So I came up with a system to give myself time to do all of the things. So the system was essentially working on a different project every day. So on Mondays, I work on my blanket. On Tuesdays, I work on gift knitting. So at the moment, that's a lot of baby hats. On Wednesday, I mend. So I've been doing a few of my pairs of socks were starting to get holes, and I had a couple of pairs put aside that I hadn't worn for a long time because they had holes in them. I didn't want to make the holes worse, or they were getting very thin and I didn't want to create holes. So I've been working quite hard on getting those fixed so I can wear them again. So on Wednesdays I mend. So this pair of socks I'm wearing actually has a mend in them. I did a little patch on the bottom of this one because it did have holes. These are some of my favourite socks, so I'm really glad they're back in rotation. And I had a few pairs of socks. I had one pair of socks that I'd finished. They were a stripy pair, and I had about 13 million ends to sew in them, and I hadn't sewn them in, so I just never wore them. They had never been worn. They'd been finished for almost a year. It was insane. Anyway, I'm getting through that because I'm mending on Wednesdays now and have been for quite a few weeks. Thursdays I knit my commission work. Fridays I knit things for Arthur, my son, because he was getting the raw end of the stick, and I had quite a few things I wanted to knit for him. One of which I wanted to knit some nappy covers, some woolen nappy covers. We use cloth nappies a bit. We mix it up between cloth and disposable, to be honest. But it's just started pouring with rain. I'm glad we're inside. Anywho, so I knit this soaker. It's called the Vanilla Soaker, and it's on Ravelry. It's very popular. It's a couple of dollars, and it's got a million sizes in it. So I repurposed some of my stash that I had previously said I was going to knit for myself, and I knit this for Arthur. This is knit out of Quince & Co. Lark? Yes, Quince & Co. Lark, which is 100% wool. It's very similar in colour to the cardigan that I'm already wearing. I was originally going to make myself a cardigan out of this, but a bit too similar. So it's becoming nappy covers for Arthur. This was exactly 2 skeins of Lark. Oh dear, someone's woken up. This was exactly 2 skeins of Lark, and this is the extra large size. He's quite big, so I thought I would need this, but this is actually a little bit too big for him. So I'm going to cast on the next size down, which is large. Sorry about that. He's all settled back down. He did not want to be awake. He was very upset that he was awake. There's only one person that can fix that, mate, and that's you. Anyway, he's happy again now. He's snoozing again. So sorry about that. I was talking about this nappy cover. So on Fridays I've been knitting for Arthur. So I'm intending to make some nappy covers because I'm finding that we're using some nice hair. Do you ever do that? Do you just knit your hair into things? Anyway, I'm sure every knitted item has hair and stuff knitted into it. Anywho, I'm finding our cloth nappies. We have a lot of the modern cloth nappies that have the polyurethane lining in them, and all of our cloth nappies are secondhand. So I'm finding a lot of them are starting to break down, and that's frustrating because you've got a cloth nappy and then it's leaking, and leaks are no fun. Anyway, so I'm thinking about going to woolen covers. So I'm going to knit a few of these and see how they go in our rotation. I need to lanolise this to make it waterproof. But anyway, I'll let you know how the cloth nappies go if you want me to. If not, if cloth nappies don't interest you at all because you don't have small children, which I'm sure most people don't, I won't. But it's something that you know, something I'm considering, knitting a few more of those. That took me, as I said, I'm knitting for Arthur on Friday, so this took me 4 Fridays, which I think is pretty good. Like four nights worth of knitting, and I had this made. So I think if I applied myself, I could definitely knit some more. However, that's a Friday only job. So I've outlined the whole week. Monday, I knit my blanket. Tuesday, I knit gifts. Wednesday, I mend. Thursday, I commission knit. Fridays for Arthur. Saturday and Sunday for me to knit whatever I want. There's been a couple of times that I have knit, that I've knit on things that I just wanted to get finished because I wanted that, you know, that completion. So sometimes I'll finish a garter ear flap hat, or I'll finish, you know, I'll do a couple more rows on this yellow jumper that I'm working on just to kind of get to the next stage on it. I might just swatch, or I might wind yarn, or I might, whatever I want to do. And one of the things that I really have been wanting to do, and I kind of outlined this in the video that I posted on New Year's Day, is I had quite a few projects that I wanted to knit for myself. I also mentioned this last video that I wanted to, I had a yarn that I was keeping an eye on that I might buy and knit myself something. And that yarn is this. It's the Great Ocean Road Mill Eva yarn. So it's a cross, it's a blend of Tandi Polworth. It's 80% Tandi Polworth, and it's 20% Suri alpaca from the Great Ocean Road Mill. And it's processed in, so Great Ocean Road Mill is on the Great Ocean Road, obviously. And the Polworth is at Tandi, which is, they're both kind of the other side of Colac, the other side of Melbourne, from me. And yeah, it's the yarn, the wool component, the Polworth is scoured in Geelong, and then so it's grown in Tarn-Warncourt, scoured in Geelong, processed on the Great Ocean Road at the Great Ocean Road Mill. So it's a completely Australian made yarn, which is awesome and very rare. But this is one, and I love it. It smells very sheepy. It's beautiful. So I had been eyeing this off. When I went to wool gathering retreat, I helped out there, and all the participants were given one of these skeins, because this was made kind of in conjunction with those participants. Everyone was given a survey after registration, and it was a survey on what qualities they liked in a yarn, and that survey helped to shape this yarn. So it's a pretty special one, and yeah, all the participants were given one and a pattern to make a one skein project, and the pattern was called the Glenfine cow, and I loved that cow. However, this needed to be something else for me. So I splashed out. It was my 30th birthday of the weekend, so I splashed out and I bought myself 6 skeins of this beautiful stuff, which is hopefully enough to knit myself a jumper in it. So I've cast on a couple of weekends ago now, actually, and I'm knitting this jumper, which is called the Bronwyn. It's called Bronwyn, and it's a Brooklyn tweed pattern. I've changed it a little bit. The hem is supposed to have a split hem with a high-low thing. The back's supposed to be lower and the front's supposed to be higher, and I wasn't really interested in that. All I'm interested in is this gorgeous cabley goodness. So I just cast on the hem normally using a tubular cast on, and I had never done one of those before, and oh my goodness, it was fiddly, but it is a beautiful cast on, and I'm definitely going to do that again, because it's gorgeous. I didn't really follow the instructions that they had on the pattern, because the pattern was for it flat and I knitted it in the round. But I found a tutorial online, good old Google, and yeah, I got it going, and it's beautiful. I'm loving this so much, and I actually can't wait to block it, because this yarn just blooms really nicely when it's blocked. And it's going, I think it's already gorgeous. I'm already in love with it. I can't wait to wear it, but I am going to wait to wear it because it's all about the process, and it's, you know, taking some time for myself. It's not just the purchase of the yarn, it's taking time for myself. So I'm really enjoying the process, and I'm going to enjoy wearing the jumper for many, 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 many years to come. But yeah, so this is a weekend project. This is a knit whatever you would like, Nicole project. Anyway, I'm finding that the knitting in this way, so knitting on specific days, on specific projects, it means that I have a lot going on, but I'm also very satisfied by it, and I'm getting stuff done, which is just pretty cool, I think. Makes me feel good, makes me feel really good. But yeah, seeing progress, getting things done, and kicking butt. So that's pretty cool. One other thing that I wanted to just have a really quick chat about was the business that I've started. So last video I did mention that I had started a business called Just Sticks and String. I was doing a workshop not long after I posted that one, I think, a beginner's knitting workshop for a charity group, a local charity group, and I did that, and it was amazing. And then I wanted to build my business up a little bit more, so I have opened a space in Wonthaggi, which is the town that I live in, and I ran a knit clinic 3 weeks ago now, I think, where I encouraged people to bring along their naughty projects, and I would help talk them through the tricky bits, and then, you know, people could do that, or they could just come and sit and knit. And a lot of people did that. We had lots of tea, and it was quite cozy. It was a pretty terrible weather day, but that didn't matter because we were inside and we were cozy and happy, knitting our little fingers off. So that was super fun. I'm running another beginner's knitting workshop in a couple of weeks' time, and I'm just working on promoting that at the moment and trying to get people booked in, which is really exciting. And yeah, I'm just so excited to just grow this little idea slowly at my own pace, but, you know, spreading the woolly love, spreading the yarny love. Yeah, so that's what I've been up to. That has been keeping me quite busy, just getting stuff ready, physically getting stuff ready, and, you know, doing all the little prep work and details and things like that too. But anyway, if you wouldn't mind, in the comments, just letting me know what you're up to, letting me know what you're working on at the moment, letting me know what knitting podcasts you're watching. As I said earlier, I've been watching the Grocery Girls podcast, which is really fun. Tracy and Jodie are so chatty and so lovely. They just seem like such warm, genuine people, and it's kind of really nice to see what they're working on and hear about their lives on the other side of the world. You know, they're in Canada, and it just seems worlds away. It is worlds away, I guess. But yeah, let me know what your favorite knitting podcasts are. I was really excited to see a lady I know in real life. Her name is Aish, but she has a podcast called The Sticky Stitch, and she posted recently in the last few weeks a new video podcast on YouTube, and I was really excited to see that because I hadn't seen her for ages. And yeah, it was nice to see what she'd been up to, and it's really nice. It's a nice way to just catch up with people, and I've been loving that that Libby from Truly Myrtle has gone back to video. I didn't realise that she had originally started her podcast as a video podcast, so I went back and watched a few of her older videos, which was really fun to see what Libby of, you know, 4 or 5 years ago was up to. But yeah, it's really nice to see people's faces and to see what they're doing, see what they're up to in a video form. It feels real, you know. It feels much realer than the perfectly curated Instagram. Not that this probably isn't a bit curated. Not me, obviously. You know, no makeup going on here, no hairstyles going on here. I just got out of the shower you know, 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Wednesday. Just got out of the shower. Life with a toddler. Anyway, let me know what you're up to. Let me know what your favorite knitting podcasts are. And hopefully I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much for watching. See you later.